Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. It is Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander, FSWA Hall of Famer, aka Dr. A. Doc, huge night in sports, dude. We had a big night in the NBA, which we are about to break down. Also, the college football playoff semifinal between Notre Dame and Penn State. Two of the blue bloods of college football went down. I thought it was going to OT, and Drew Aller had other ideas with an awful interception, and Notre Dame got into field goal range and tapped it in and won the game. And so now they're in the championship game. Notre Dame playing like 1950s style football. I could go on, dude, but we had John Morant returning tonight. We had just a terrific night of sports, man. What's up here before we dive into our Magic Man?
I was watching Notre Dame, and I was all in on Notre Dame. I'm an Indiana guy, right? And Penn State, I'm not a Penn State guy. I just never have been. So I was all in on Notre Dame. My sister-in-law graduated, got her MBA from there. Those are my boys. I'm not a huge Notre Dame fan, but that pass interference call made me mad. And I was like, now I want Notre Dame to win because I need this $10. Like my life depends on it. And they did. It was a great football game. Great night to watch football. We got 3 to 5 inches of snow coming in the morning. We're driving cars up. Rick, I know this is going to delay us, but I'm going to tell the story. We have a snowstorm coming to Dahlonega this evening, right? My driveway, as you know, is about that steep. I had my son drive a car to the top of the driveway so that if we need to get out for something tomorrow, perhaps an NBA basketball game that I'm being paid a bazillion dollars to play in, I can get there. Okay? Guess what? I don't have anything to do tomorrow. Nothing. But just in case, I parked my car at the top of the driveway.
And who taught you to do that?
DeAndre Ayton.
Your boy, dominating.
He
didn't figure that out,
He's
Doc.
a max player. Dude, I have literally nothing to do tomorrow. And I drove my car to the top of the driveway.
DeAndre Ayton had a game.
Playing against the Warriors tomorrow, you think ahead and park your car at the top of your driveway. Are you kidding me?
You would think that you would do that if you loved the game. If you loved the game.
If you cared.
If you loved the game, if he loved the game like you love Johnny B's, the basketball world would be a much, much better place. But DeAndre Ayton does not love the game like you love Johnny B's. But we love BetOnline, Doc, and BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting since 2025. Whether you are a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. They have the largest selection of odds on everything from pro and college football, pro and college basketball, NHL, and UFC. BetOnline is the number one sports betting source for the new year, from TDs to hat tricks to what else? 3-pointers, my bad. BetOnline has you covered on every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline. The game starts here. It is Cam. It is Doc. We dive in to break down the Thursday slate in the NBA with our Magic Men. If you don't, why Magic Man? It's for Magic Johnson, my favorite player of all time, and the umbrella under which everything on the old fantasy basketball show on NBA TV came. So, Doc, who's your Magic Man of the night?
You know, I got a note that our guy, so who's the stud that was out for Cleveland? Why can't I remember stuff?
Donovan Mitchell.
Old Rick. Donovan Mitchell is out tonight. So what does my old brain go to? Darius Garland is going to ball. And I was like, I'm all in on Darius Garland. I bet on him. I put him in DFS lineups. And what did he do? 14 of 22 shots, 4 triples, 40 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, 2 rebounds, 8 of 9 free throws. I know you don't care about percentages, but man, that dude went off and he absolutely met every expectation of what I had. If Donovan Mitchell is out, you play Darius Garland. I'm not worried about Karis LeVert. I'm not worried about Ty Jerome. I don't really care. I want Darius Garland on my team.
Doc, let's have a quick offshoot conversation here about the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers will have at least 2 All-Stars. They might have 3. They will not have 4. They have 4 All-Star caliber players. Jarrett Allen's been an All-Star. Garland has been an All-Star. Donovan is a perennial All-Star. Evan Mobley's never been an All-Star before. And dude, Jarrett Allen had another massive game tonight. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But spin the bottle, dude. Okay, who gets the second All-Star? You can make a great case for all 3 of those other guys. Darius Garland, Doc, just had 40 tonight and led a come-from-behind victory over Toronto at home. It's Toronto, right? But it kept them winning 33-4, like kept the whole thing going. And Garland did that tonight with a lot of help from Allen and Mobley. But I feel like Darius Garland tapped in maybe a couple of nails in the coffin. It's a weird reference of him being that all-star. I think that was a captivating, headline-grabbing, hey, coaches around the league, do you see what I'm freaking doing here in Cleveland? Who is the second all-star on the Cavaliers, dude?
It's Donovan and Darius to me. Like, there was a point in time where I thought they could not coexist together. I think tonight says everything. Like, Darius Garland, 40 points. How many have they won in a row, Rick? What is this? 16?
No, they've won now 12. Remember, they had the 10-game heater going in. OKC had the 15-game heater. So now Cleveland won OKC and then won Toronto. They're at 12 in a row now.
I mean, they kept it alive. And there's one reason they did. Well, there's several reasons. But Evan Mobley was awesome. I mean, I don't think one team can get 4 All-Stars. But if a team could, I think it's that team. Evan Mobley probably deserves it. Jarrett Allen probably deserves it. But I know Garland and Mitchell deserve it. So those are my 2.
I agree. If you talk to me 3 days from now after like 2 more giant double-doubles from Jarrett Allen, I might have a different answer. But right now it's Garland. And yes, it's because he popped for 40 tonight. But also he's been phenomenal this year. All year long. The percentages have been through the roof, and it's just all fitting. And, Doc, I think a big reason why is, then I'll move on to my Magic Man, is Kenny Atkinson comes from the Golden State thing, which is ball movement and man movement, okay? It's not where a guy predominates the ball on the flow. It was a lot of iso ball under J.B. Bickerstaff. And I think the fact that the Cavaliers are now doing this, and it's just the hot hand, right? And the ball finds the energy, and they're kicking out to Strus, they're kicking out to Wade, like it's just bing, 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 bing. That's some Golden State stuff. And I feel like Kenny Atkinson's brought that to Cleveland. That's why Mitchell and Garland are vibing right now, because it's not about the Donovan Mitchell show, like Trae Young in Atlanta. And it's different with coaching and systems and stuff. But why is Atlanta winning this year? Because it doesn't have to be the Trae Young show every single night. Atlanta's moving the ball, sharing the ball, and they're winning. That's how you win. The teams that have the highest assist to field goal rate are like the best teams in the league always. It's very simple. You share the rock, you win. Doc, I'll make this quick here. My Magic Man is Alpi Şengün. Houston tonight went into Memphis in a Ja Morant return game and a Desmond Bane return game and beat the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies really came for their money. It was another test of the will of the Houston Rockets. And they passed that test, Doc. Alpi Şengün had a monster first quarter and then kind of cooled a little bit, but ended up with a great overall line and was the player of the game on the Houston side where's Alpi's line? 32, 14, and 5, 1 block. So Alpi is my magic man of the night, just for being that stud and being that reliable guy. And Doc, Houston just keeps on winning in that battle between number 2 and number 3 in the West, and Houston maintained that number 2 spot.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about that box score when we get to it, but I mean, how can you not be a Houston Rockets fan at this point? Is there an easier team to root for than Houston? I don't think so. Like, it's a guy named Fred, right? It's a guy named Alpi. It's a guy named Amen. Like, they're so fun. And Ime Udoka is just rolling that train. And man, they're so fun. I'm so in. I'm so in on Houston. You were on it early. I'm jumping on your coattails and riding along.
We'll share. Come on. Because the bandwagon's still not overflowing, Doc. It's not like, oh my God, we're so mainstream now. So come on here, man. Come on here. So Ime Udoka, driving that train high on Shangoon. Little Dead reference there for you. Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander. I got to warm up the pipes. My singing voice isn't ready
There's
yet.
also an REM song. My voice is all messed up, but come on aboard. I promise you, you won't hurt the horse. It's about jumping on board the bandwagon, son. I'm there.
The Houston Rockets, baby. Doc, I even do this in baseball. I always come up with my little team that could. And I should start betting on it, because all I do is pick like a young up-and-coming team, right? It's not that scientific. Just a team that I'm kind of vibing on and I think has an upward thrust to their whole thing. And Houston was that team for me this year. All right. Doc, let's get into Minnesota's victory over Orlando. And all of the steam was taken out of this game when we found out that Jalen Suggs wasn't going to play, and we found out that Paolo Banchero was not going to play. He should return tomorrow or Friday night based on the Shams Charania report, but he did not return for this game. And to me, essentially, that was a forfeit by Jamal Mosley. I mean that very sarcastically. I'm not banging on Mosley. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NBA. But obviously that just took the wind out of this game. Ant-Man scored in the low 20s, did not shoot well, so his streak of brilliance came to an end, Doc, with the 50, the 30, and the 30. He kind of fell back to earth here in this game. But a couple of things. Rudy Gobert had another double-double. He's balling right now. He really is playing good basketball. And you were wondering about maybe a pop game from Dante DiVincenzo. And I was too. We talked about it last night. Doc, he had another game just like the first two starts. The most important thing for Minnesota is they're 3-0 since they decided to start Dante DiVincenzo. Okay, it's one of the big coaching adjustments of the season in the NBA, if you ask me. And this team is looking like the playoff giant that they were last year. But Doc, tonight was basically a Capella Okongwu 50-50 timeshare a la a running back by committee in the NFL between Dante and Conley. Tell me what you know here about Minnesota's win at Orlando.
Well, it's a big win, right? You're at Orlando. Orlando has had 3 more wins than you did coming in. That's a big win for Minnesota. Like Minnesota, the fact that they won 3 in a row with Dante in the starting lineup it's important. It says something. And I don't know if DiVincenzo is going to absolutely pop and like take off, but he makes Minnesota better by being in the starting lineup. I do know that. I'm still all in on DiVincenzo. I mean, we've had 3 games and they've all been meaningful. He had 12 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, 4 triples. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Meanwhile, his teammate is out there chucking 5 of 19 for Ant-Man. And before Ant got hot for the last 3 games, this is what I saw every time I pulled up this box score. 5 of 19, 21 points. I'm not here for that, man. That's not the Anthony Edwards I want on my team. I just don't. I know you don't care about percentages. I do. 5 of 19 is unacceptable, especially when you win by I don't know, 15 points. Like, come on, bro. Take it to the rack. Take it to the rack. And
I'll take those goodies, man. He's right. I don't care about percentages. They all come out in the wash to me. Um, so I'm not saying go pick up Conley, okay? Although Conley's probably a decent streamer off the waiver wire on a particular
9,
night.
4, and 2. I don't want that.
As a streamer, I'm just saying, like I could see him having 10 and 4 off of the bench with a couple of threes and a steal in streamer mode. He didn't do that tonight. But he has not been banished by Chris Finch. Chris Finch is basically like he's still very rotational, but he's just kind of changed it up a little bit. Doc, Goga Batadze does this every night. And Cole Anthony wasn't great tonight. I did pick him up and put him in a lineup or two, knowing that Suggs was out. Goga, again, 15 and 8, 2 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal. Dude, he's right there. He's one of the best pickups of the year in fantasy basketball right now, man. Let me look up his overall value on Basketball Monster. I bet he's a top 60 player at this point, Doc. Where's my boy Goga?
Well, Cole Anthony.
He's 68 right now in Basketball Monster rating. Goga Batadze, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome. And guess what? Wendell Carter Jr. had a big game. And like people are like, whoa, do I need to go pick up WCJ? 18 minutes, 3 of 10, 8 points, 6 boards. Not bad, but nothing like what he had last time. I think Goga has locked this thing down for the rest of the season. And man, what a goody stat line. He just does it every night. Hey, Rick, who did Goga do that against? Do you know? Do you know who was defending him?
Rudy Gobert. Did Mr. DPOI.
Oh, the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. What a friggin' joke. Like, Rudy Gobert started COVID. And now he's like the biggest defensive fraud we've ever seen. And if I was on ESPN or ABC or NBC, would I have the balls to say that out loud? Probably not. But guess what? We're SportsEthos. Little indie rock site, son. Biggest defensive player of the year fraud I have ever seen in my life. And I've been here for more than 50 years. It's fraud. Fraudulent. You know what? If I could liquefy Rudy Gobert into salt water that would help keep the snow off my driveway and my street, I would do it.
Swing and a, we'll soon find out. That is Steve Alexander. I am Rick Kamla. He is an FSWA Hall of Famer. You see the plaque over his left shoulder. All right, let's keep it moving here. We have a little side game going here. Whoever can use the word liquefy the best throughout this episode to bring you into our word soup. Golden State, Doc, I was kind of bummed out about this one. Golden State went into Detroit and won a close game. And of course they did, right? Detroit is right around 500 and they're coming, but you know, this is a dynasty, or at least dynasty DNA. They have a few guys left from the dynasty. But you know, Golden State prevailed, and this was a really, really ugly box score in a lot of ways. And I want to shout out my guy Trace Jackson Davis. I want to I'm not. It's just too obvious, so I'm not going to give the man any credit. Like, of course you play Trace Jackson Davis. But he's been really solid now in 3 of the last 4 games. And we know that consistency's been an issue. And a lot of times it's based on playing time. And, you know, he'll play 12 minutes and do nothing. And it's like, Kerr, if you gave him 10 more minutes and his second and third and fourth shift, he might have done something. Anyway. Buddy Hield got the start here tonight without Andrew Wiggins, and he went for 19 points and 5 threes. If Buddy Hield is starting, I'm into it. If Buddy Hield is coming off the bench, I'm not. And Doc, I looked up here, and I saw Osar Thompson only played 17 minutes in this game. I don't know if there's a report that I missed, but I did investigate. I think he had 3 fouls in the game. I did not see an injury immediately reported. Why 17 minutes? He had 9, 2, and 3 with a block, 2 steals, and a 3. He had a really good stat line in 17 minutes. But talk to me about the Warriors' victory at Detroit.
Dude, I was going to talk about Sarah Thompson. Okay, he finally got in the starting lineup just as we predicted. It's a close game. There's no reason for him not to be playing. 17 minutes? Come on, dude. Simone Fontecchio played 27 minutes. Ronald Holland, Rick. Ronald Holland, 20 minutes. Marcus Sasser graced us with 16 minutes. Actually, their bench shot 7 of 26. Meanwhile, Sarah Thompson sat there and watched with a towel over his head. I'm not giving up on him. I'm not stepping away from the predictions that you and I both made about him. If you have Sarah Thompson, ignore this and move forward. What a joke, dude. What a joke. I'm so mad right now about this. That's all I got.
You say you're so mad, and I'm just chuckling over here because you crack me up, dude. All right, let's talk about Darius Garland was your Magic Man. Let's dive a little further into this game because there's a lot of juicy stuff. The Cavaliers are 33-4. They are 20-1 at home. They have a chance to, I believe the best home record in the NBA is 40-1. Andre Lemush, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't think a team's ever gone 41-0. I think 40-1 is the best home record, or 39-2, but I think it's 40-1. The Cavaliers have a chance for that, okay? I mean, not a great chance, but they have a chance. 21 at home. It doesn't make sense. Darius Garland absolutely liquefied the Raptors defense here tonight, spiking up for 40. But Doc, here's Andre. San Antonio and Boston tied for the most home wins in the season with 40. Those fucking teams went 40-1. Are you serious, bro? That's insane. Cavaliers have a chance for that. Doc, I'm telling you, dude, we've known this for a minute, but they just keep flexing on dudes. Jared Allen tonight, Doc. 18-15, 3 assists, 2 blocks, a steal. Evan Mobley tonight, 21-11-6, 1 steal, 3 threes. I don't know where we're going with this, Doc, but it will no longer surprise me if the Cavaliers win the championship. Okay? Like, oh my God, I can't believe they won the championship. Like, I'm starting to get it. Dude, they have one of the greatest point differentials in league history right now. They're 33-4. They have one of the best core fours that we've seen in the last generation in the NBA. Like, why would a championship be surprising based on what we're seeing right now in Cleveland? This team is dominating, dude.
And you didn't even mention the shooting, right? Jared Allen, 8 out of 9. Evan Mobley, 7 out of 11. Darius Garland, 14 out of 22. Like, they're just killing people. Karis LeVert, off the bench, in the starting lineup tonight, 6 of 12. Like, they are phenomenal. Phenomenal. Them and Houston, those are the two best, most well-coached teams in the NBA by far. And it's not close. It's not close. I mean, every move those guys make works out, and I'm here for it, man. Yeah, I already talked about Darius, and what's cool about this is the out or rest next to Donovan Mitchell's name. They just gave him the night off, and they still found a way to win. And that is going to make every guy that played tonight better in the long run.
Can you name me a team in the NBA that matches up with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen off the top of your head? Can you give me one team?
I mean, Dallas with Gafford and Lively when they're both healthy.
But they don't
they
play.
would
But they don't
actually
play
them, but they won't play them.
They don't play them together. And PJ
No.
Washington is a Sikkim guy on wings. PJ's not a big, right? He's a Sikkim guy on wings.
Anthony Davis and LeBron James, maybe.
No, they can't. Like name value, dude. They're just
Doc,
gonna dunk.
no,
They're just
wrong.
gonna dunk on LeBron, right? I mean, I love LeBron. I'm not mad at it, but I mean, he's not 7 foot.
Oh! I got it. Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns.
Pardon me.
Oh wait.
Ha ha! They were broken up.
They got liquefied.
Let me ask you a question. I think you went too far with that. Let me ask you a question.
I'll go
Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brooke Lopez
versus Allen and Mobley.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
No.
Do you? That's a bad matchup for Milwaukee to you?
Oh no! I thought you were asking me which one was the best.
No, I'm just saying, like,
combo.
To me, like, you got to have two bigs to go up against Cleveland. You've got to have a versatile big and you've got to have a paint big, right? You got to have two. If you have one, they're going to F you up. You know what I'm saying? Like Hartenstein the other night. Hartenstein was like this the whole night, dude, getting dunked on, and he's trying to. He just had too much damn stuff to do. He's got Garland coming downhill on him, lobbing. He's got Allen. He's got Mobley. He's like, what the fuck do I do here? I can't guard four guys.
I think you just said it. Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. Bam.
Ooh.
Liquefied that.
I like it. I like it. Hey, Michael Malone, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Good call, Doc. And we haven't seen that yet, right?
Well, and that's important because if this stays on the same trend that we're seeing, it could very easily be Cleveland and OKC.
No doubt.
And if it's Holmgren and Hartenstein versus Jarrett and Mobley, dude, sign me up. I would love to see a big city market team finals of Cleveland and OKC. Like that would make this indie rock guy so happy. Like, give it to me.
You know, the cynical media guys would be like, oh, that'd be the worst thing that ever happened to the league because they're small market teams and the ratings would suck. And it's going to be the most obvious hot take of all time by all these ass hats that get paid 7 figures to say stupid stuff on the air. I think the NBA is literally set up right now for teams like Cleveland and Oklahoma City to do what they are doing, okay? With the second apron and the stringent salary cap restrictions on teams, right? You can't go Joe Lacob on your team anymore, where you just say, F it, I'm going to spend, and disperse luxury payments around the NBA, and I'm going to win championships, and I'm going to stack the deck and make this stuff unfair. No, they did that to shrink the big boys, bring up the little man, and create parity in the NBA. This Cleveland and OKC is literally what the NBA is telling us that they want, okay? And would they rather have the Knicks and the Lakers? Yeah, they would. We understand, right? That would be a bonanza, but I'm not... Dude, do you remember in 2005 when everybody was pissing on the San Antonio and Detroit NBA finals? Okay, this is the worst finals ever. This is going to be such a train wreck for the league. Fucking series went 7 games, okay? And they were 2 historic teams, right? Were you complaining about Spurs and Pistons in 2005? I was not.
It was a great series.
It was.
Like, people look back at that fondly. Like, that's when the NBA... Blah, 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 whatever. Rick, you run into these guys. Hey, what do you do for a living? I cover the NBA. Oh, I haven't watched it since Larry and Magic and Bird and Jordan.
That's so much.
Like, I hear it every day, dude. I'm like, what about LeBron and Durant and Curry? Oh yeah, I mean they were okay, but on this today, it is just garbage. And I'm like, stop. Just go watch NASCAR and leave me alone.
go watch cornhole. All right, get your cornhole on, bro. They actually have cornhole on ESPN. It's crazy. I can't believe anybody watches that. Before we move on to the next game,
sometimes.
Stop it. You're messing with me. I'm actually on
Dude, I'll
script right now. I gotta come back over here where I can see you. Are you actually watch cornhole like legit?
If it's on and it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm awake. I'll watch it. I don't care. Dude, I've thrown four in the hole before. Dude, I played Golden Tee. If they put Golden Tee on ESPN at 2 in the morning, I'm watching it. I played cornhole. They put that on, I'm watching. Hell, I got some bags, son. They got sticky side and a slick side. I'll throw some cornhole. Apparently, I can kick your ass at cornhole. So that's
fine.
That's
good
to know.
I'm
gonna put that in my pocket.
Bro, I'm gonna give that to you. I don't like cornhole. If I'm at a tailgate and my group is playing cornhole, I'm gonna bring the Duke and I'm gonna get somebody to throw the Duke with me. Okay, or I'll bring 2 gloves and a baseball. Let's play some catch.
Or the bongos. Or you'll bring the bongos and you'll start a drum circle.
Good idea. Maybe, hold on a second. Maybe I just bring the bongo. I got one right here, bro.
We've gone off the rails. Rick obviously is over his flu. He's feeling much better.
I'm not like completely over it, but damn, dude, I don't know if it was the flu or what. I think it was the flu. I had flu-like symptoms, but like I'm used to the flu killing me for like 5 days, and I walked like 12,000 steps today. I actually feel okay, man. Anyway, let's reel it in.
Andre's like, who are you guys even talking? What are you even discussing right now? I have no idea.
We go on weird tangents from time to time.
You and I know. The people know. Andre lives far, far away from us.
He said, I don't even know what games you guys are talking about. All right, let's reel it in here, man. And we want to thank you guys for listening to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast. Rick Kamla, Steve Alexander. We love you guys. Help us keep this going and grow it, okay? Head over to SportsEthos.com and subscribe. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave us a 5-star review. It really helps. So Houston's victory over Memphis is next year, guys. And I made Alpi Şengün my magic man. Couple of things. I want to give a huge shout out to Jalen Green. Okay, Jalen Green continues to just pump it in. 27 points, 3 assists, a block, 3 steals, 4 threes. Any stress or worry that he was going to get paid and sort of turtle up and, oh, I'm good, I got paid. No, he's taken his game to another level. The money, if anything's led to confidence, and he's playing defense. He's making clutch shots. He made clutch shots tonight in the 4th quarter against Memphis when they were coming on, and it was like mid to early 4th quarter, and he just went whap, whap, and it kind of kept Memphis at arm's length, and I just thought they were ballsy clutch shots. Really impressed with Jalen Green. Ja Morant, okay? Doc, I have DAP and a complaint. I understand that Ja is a 1,000-watt guy, and he's super swaggy. And I'm the first. Many probably have done it since me. A lot of people like to copy my comparisons. But I compared him very early to Allen Iverson in terms of jets, size, swag, vibe, leadership, like a lot of intangible stuff, right? I'm kind of over every time he does something, it's a stare down. It's always some extra. And when you play every other game, it's just fallen short on me. Anthony Edwards plays every game, and Anthony Edwards is doing and I love it because this dude is out there and bringing it every night. Okay, Ja Morant is bringing it half of the time. He's a part-time player. This is a full-time job that he treats like a part-time job. And so all of the theatrics, again, I'm a Ja Morant guy, but I can have a little bit of criticism underneath that umbrella of being a Ja Morant guy. It's just, I'm not feeling it, dude. And I'm not saying he needs to tone it down or be a choir boy out there or not say anything. It's like Luka complaining every single time he misses a shot, there's a foul, right? When there's not. With every play that you make, Ja, is not the greatest play that's ever been made by an NBA player. And if you played 77 freaking games, then go ahead and do that. But I just needed it. I'm watching the game tonight, and I'm just like, bro, you've been off for like 2 or 3 weeks, and you're out here acting like you're Will Chamberlain, and you're losing. Like, just play, dude. Score a bucket, run back on defense. Just play. Play. This is not theater. This is basketball. Just play the game.
You just said you were a Ja Morant guy, but you're not because you've sworn him off forever.
Well, I'm a Ja Morant guy in reality, and I like watching him play, but in fantasy, I will never draft him again.
Okay.
It's complicated.
When I see Denny Avdia freaking throw down on somebody and get all fired up and go, "Arr!" I'm like, yes. When I see Ja Morant do it at this point, I'm like, I feel like he's been hanging out at Jimmy Butler's house, smoking weed and playing pool for 3 days in a row. And he comes out of that haze and he's like, hey, bro, I think I'm going to play tonight. And Jimmy's like, why, bro? You don't need to. You've taken our day. Come back down. I'll get the sleeping bags out. Bro, we'll just hang. And so Josh shows up and he's all like, "Arr!" But it feels vacant and fake. And you lost to the Rockets. I'll tell you what, man. The fact that Memphis is 24-14 without Ja for half the season is pretty cool. And I'm busting on Ja a little bit. I love Ja. I love watching him play like you do. I'm not going to write him off. I'm not going to say I'm never drafting Ja again. But he's sort of taking on that Jimmy Butler vibe, right? And I'm never touching Jimmy Butler ever again. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes for Ja. If he's going to play and do this every night, I'm cool. But I have serious trust issues. He's got a little Jimmy in him.
So I'm watching the game, Doc, and I'm having the vibrations you got. Like, you're doing all this stuff, and everything's the greatest play that's ever happened. And I know what's going to happen in 3 days. It's going to be over the weekend, right? And I'm going to be doing my lineups, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to see the GTD by Ja Morant. I just know it. And so, like, if it happens a month from now, then, like, get back in our good graces, okay? Like, get your sea legs under you. But it's always something. One more point here, Doc. And I'm not going to bang on Taylor Jenkins, okay? I just want to point something out. He took a timeout that was a very, very, very bad idea at the end of this game. Memphis is down 3. They're coming up the court. They get a rebound, right? And I'm like, timeout. They didn't call timeout. So they let Bane bring it up. And Bane from the right wing, and I believe Jalen Green was in front of him, but not really guarding him. And it was about a 28, 30-footer. It was a deep 3, right? Desmond Bane, cash, all drawers, tie game. Oops. Problem is, Taylor Jenkins was walking out on the court, timeout, no basket. And so what do they do then? They inbound the ball and immediately foul. Okay? And then there's 3 seconds left, and now you're Memphis and you're screwed. Okay, Bane makes the first free throw, misses the second. There was some kind of violation on that. Ball back to Houston. They get the rock, and so then they go bang bang with free throws. Now it's a 4-point game, and the game is over. I'm not mad at Taylor Jenkins at all. I'm just saying, you've got to just kind of let it play out because Doc, like the most blue ballish thing in the NBA right now is a team is down 3 with the rock. Oh my God, they got a chance to tie. No, they don't. Because they're going to inbound the ball and the other team is going to immediately foul and send him to the line for 2 free throws, right? And play the long game. It's a total buzzkill. It's a blue ball. So if you are, and dude, it was the Memphis feed. The Memphis feed immediately cut away to Taylor Jenkins right after Bane. The ball goes through the net. And they cut to Taylor Jenkins, and he was like, he was pulling his pen apart. He was like, like he was so pissed. He was like, I can't fucking believe I called that timeout. I would love to hear his post-game sound on that, Doc. But Again, not banging on it, but you got to let it play out now, Doc, because teams are so smart. They don't want to give you that three. They're going to take that foul and play the long game. So it's better just to take that three ball in transition when you get that look. Even if it's a contested look, at least you're getting a shot at the rim from three.
Rick, I'm going to put you on the spot here. If you have Zach Edey, who played 18 minutes, hit one shot, had 4 points and 3 boards, he was in foul trouble. He had 5 fouls. Are you holding Zach Edey?
How many team league is it?
If he's your worst player and you want to stream somebody tomorrow, would you cut him to stream?
How many team league am I in?
12.
I'm cutting him. The last 4 games, he's gone 9, 5, 4, and 4. He's got 4 blocks over that span, minimal rebounds, 1 assist. Yeah, I'm cutting him. I'm sending him loose.
Scottie Pippen, now that Ja is back, did nothing. 13 minutes, 0 and 2 assists. Are you automatically moving on, or are you handcuffing him to Ja if you have Ja, or do you think he's worth holding on to because one of the most unreliable guys this season is going to be out just as soon as he's back?
Deuces. Bye, Scotty.
Yeah, I think so.
Bye, Scotty.
I don't know about Zach Edey, dude. I kind of feel like we should be holding Zach. But
dude, these lines suck.
They do suck. And he got off to a good start.
Dude, Aldama's healthy. Brandon Clark is healthy. They got options now.
And that's the other thing I wanted to say. Look at that box score for Memphis. It looks very Golden State-ish. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys played. They all played more than 10 minutes. No, I'm not down for that. And shout out to Jaren Jackson Jr. for playing through whatever he played through. Glad to see him out there. I low-key love Jaren Jackson Jr. He's still my boy.
Yeah, me too, dude. Me too. I had to swallow hard and trade him away in Sam Hinkie's letter to get Steph Curry a few years back. It was Jaren Jackson, Tyler Hero, and like a lot of picks. And I got into Curry, won a championship that year, just won another championship this past year. So I'm going for a dynasty. It worked out. But I did give up JJJ, bro. I did not want to do that. And I did overshoot a little bit for Steph, thinking, oh my God, he hits 5 threes a game. And Steph's been really good for me. But like I said, it's worked out. I've won 2 chips since that trade. But I still kind of wonder what might have been had I not done that trade.
I have one more question about this game for you. Your boy and my guy now, Cam Whitmore, right? No Tari Eason. 15 minutes, he put up 14 shots. He only hit 3 of them, okay? Boo. Like, that's terrible. 14 shots in 15 minutes. That is what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's the kind of... I'm quantity over quality at this point. Like, just chuck, bro. Throw them up, see what happens. He hit 2 3-pointers, had 3 steals, and 9 points. So even with the chucking and the messiness of that, he still kind of came through, right? You don't get 3 steals every night. Are we still hanging on to Cam?
He's a streamer. He's a streamer for me.
Man. I like him.
I don't like if I'm in a 12-teamer, like maybe I hold him depending on if I'm like playing in the lead, yeah, I might hold him. If I'm just housing another team, I might hold him because I'm a Cam Whitmore guy. But if I'm playing from behind or whatever and I got a couple of slots to use, then I'm going to cut him and gain another man game.
Dylan Brooks got up 15 shots in 35 minutes. Your boy got up 14 shots in 15 minutes. Dude, that's hilarious. I love it.
I love me some Cam Whitmore, man. Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander talking here about Dallas's victory over Portland. Shout out to PJ Washington, man. Keeps it rolling. Pardon me. Like I said, I'm not out of the woods yet with this damn illness, but feeling better. PJ Washington, 23 and 14, 1 assist, 1 block, 3 steals, 2 threes. Again, for me, wait about a week. Pray that Zion Williamson does not get hurt again. And then offer Zion Williamson straight up. That's right, straight up. No, not Zion for PJ and somebody. You'll scare that owner off. No, just 1 for 1, and you will get PJ Washington because the other guy will be like, damn, he's throwing Zion at me? Yeah. And he's not going to understand that Zion's not going to finish the season, and Zion is not the goody guy with block, steals, and threes that PJ Washington is. Donovan Clingan, hello, 11 and 11 with 2 blocks in 24 minutes. And huge come from behind victory for Dallas here tonight, Doc. Portland ran out of gas in the second of a back-to-back, and Dallas came back. They outscored them 36-22 in the fourth quarter because that was about to be an embarrassing home loss for the Mavericks.
This Donovan Clingan situation is a code red. Like, this is important. DeAndre Ayton, 21 minutes. 1 foul. 2 fouls. DeAndre had 2 fouls. Clingan played 24 minutes. Can we please free Donovan Clingan? It's time. It's time. Like, 11-11 and 2 blocks and a 3, and he hit all 4 of his shots. The fact that Portland is not playing Donovan Clingan hurts my heart. And I don't say that lightly. Like, I'm not like goofing around. Like, it makes me sad. Like, that dude should be playing 25 minutes a night. I don't care what DeAndre Ayton's doing. You guys have won 13 games. Your team sucks. You're not going anywhere. You got to prep for the future. Scoot Henderson, Donovan Clingan, they should get all the minutes in Portland. All the minutes. And the fact that Clingan played 24 tonight is finally promising that maybe they're finally realizing that they suck at tanking, and it's time to let the kid play.
I love all of it, Doc. I mean, we know that Ayton is going to be in the way unless he gets hurt or stuck in his driveway on a snowy day in Portland. But the fact that Clingan got over 20 minutes is it's like Doc said, take note of this. Am I picking up Clingan? I mean, in the right situation, I am. I'm not. This is not a run to the waiver wire to pick up Donovan Clingan's situation. If he plays 20 plus minutes in the next game, then it is. And Ayton, again, has no injury and no foul trouble, and we're getting kind of a timeshare at the center position. But I need one more game to validate that is the case. Go ahead.
Can I ask you about Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford? Derek Lively tonight, 21 points, 16 boards, 3 blocks, 9 of 13 shooting. That's massive, dude. And Gafford has been hurt. He's come back from an injury, right? 10 minutes. Nothing. Are you to the point where Lively is the guy, or is this still a timeshare?
I'm not to that point. In the previous game, Lively had 7 and 6 in 19 minutes. Then had a double-double, then had a 7 and 11, then had an 8 and a 6 in 20 minutes. I like Derek Lively, Doc. I don't trust Jason Kidd. And I'm a Jason Kidd guy. I loved him as a player. I think he's a quirky but effective coach, right? Like, we've complained about his rotations for years, Doc. A lot of the stuff that he does mechanically and rotation-wise, I'm not going to say it doesn't make sense because Jason Kidd is a basketball genius, okay, right? But it misses me. So I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't trust that Kidd. If you told me, Cam, it is locked in a contract that Lively, when healthy, is playing 30 minutes a game the rest of the year, he would become one of the top bigs in fantasy basketball. But I don't trust that that's going to happen, especially now that Gafford's at least back and another button for Kidd to push.
I have one last point about this game. Jaden Hardy, 29 minutes with no Kyrie and Luka. 10 of 18, 25 points. They won the game. When I first heard that Luka and Kyrie were both out, I'm like, oh, it's Jaden Hardy time. Here it comes. And it wasn't. They did, like Jason Kidd, hell, he didn't even start Spencer Dinwiddie for one of those games. What's he going to do with Jaden Hardy? Jaden Hardy, to me, could be silly season hero-ish if Luka and Kyrie are still banged up. But I did not roll the dice on Jaden Hardy. I did not expect this. Also, keep an eye on Quentin Grimes. He's been very good for like 5 games in a row. And guys are banged up on Dallas. Quentin Grimes, I think, is a good stream option right now.
I agree with you there. Also, Dinwiddie, I'm not a Jaden Hardy guy. I do like the talent, and I like the bucket getter. He's too inconsistent for me right now. And I know he's on a heater right now. He's playing very well in this little vacuum, but I need this little vacuum to become a bigger vacuum.
But it hasn't been there all year, so I'm not jumping on Jaden Hardy. I would just like to see it build.
Totally hear you, man. So it is Cam and his Doc, Fantasy NBA today, Ethos After Dark, and Kaka. Doc's Hawks took an L here tonight at Phoenix against the Suns. Losing my voice, bro. 123 to 115. KD went for 23. Booker went for 20. Beal went for 25. I believe that's the second time in the last 3 games that Booker has not only scored well, but led the team in scoring. I said Booker, I meant Beal. Beal was absolutely fantastic tonight. Made 11 of 16 shots, 3 steals, 1 block, 2 threes. And Tyus Jones, Doc, where I was saying everybody send him to waivers. Everybody outside of Durant and Booker and Beal send him to waivers. The Suns kind of make me look bad with that for a night. Tyus Jones had 16 points, 4 assists, made 6 of 12 shots, but I don't trust that. And Monte Morris played 7 minutes, but who's to say that Bud's not going to go, 24-24 on these guys in the next game? So I'm not all crazy on Tyus Jones because of this game. It did grab my attention, but I stand to what I said. They have 3 dudes. Everybody else on the Suns should be on waivers right now.
It's just a weird vibe in Phoenix, right? Like, we're waiting for the trade. Grayson Allen tonight finally had a game, but he hit 7 out of 8 shots. He's not going to hit 7 out of 8 shots very often. He had 23 points, 2 boards, 1 assist, no goodies. He did hit 5 triples, but so don't go crazy on Grayson Allen right now. Bradley Beal off the bench, 33 minutes. Starters Ryan Dunn and Mason Plumlee played 16 and 22. So this is another Golden State situation. Steve Kerr, like, what are we doing? What's the goal? What is the goal here? You're 17 and 19. You got to win. Allen played great, but I still can't. Like, I look at, like, usually when I look at a box score, Rick, and people are like, how do you write about a game that you didn't see? I'm like, oh, I look at the box score, and I look at a box score the same way you read a book and see words. It all makes sense. This makes no sense to me. I can't figure this one out.
You the man, Doc. I love it. That is the great Steve Alexander. I'm Rick Kamla. We are Fantasy NBA today. On the Hawks side, Doc, I want to point out Bogey Bogdanovic. I mentioned last night I really liked him as a streamer in this game. 17 points, 3 assists, 2 steals, 3 threes. He's back. He had a good game in the previous game. This might even be his best game of the entire year. And DeAndre Hunter played moderately well. He had 12 points, couple of steals, but only made 3 of 9 shots. And I'm not saying DeAndre Hunter's going to vaporize now. I'm just saying Bogey is back on the fantasy radar. What do you have from the Hawks side of this one?
Dude, you just screwed up. You could have said, I'm not gonna say that DeAndre Hunter's gonna liquefy now. Like, you missed an opportunity, bro. As you're drinking water.
Well, you lost our game according to Andre because he said you overdid. You overused liquefy.
Kiss my butt. He didn't tell me that it was possible to overuse liquefy. That's fine. I'm cool. You win, I lose. I'm good with that. But are you concerned at all with this DeAndre Hunter, Bogey Bogdanovich absolute timeshare at this point? Hunter has been so good this season. If Bogey Bogdanovich comes in and ruins his chances for Sixth Man of the Year, I'm going to be kind of upset about it. I'm going to be mad.
I'm hanging in there with DeAndre Hunter. I've got him in Cam Dynasty. It's a dynasty league. I'm certainly hanging on to him there. I love
It's only one game. It's only one game.
It's one game. It's
but I don't like the optics.
I understand. But you have it's the last game of a road trip. Maybe he had some tired legs a little bit. And Bogey has not been that guy this year. Bogey may suck in the next 3 games. And DeAndre Hunter may get back to, 18, 21, and 19 in those 3 games. So I'm hanging in there. It wasn't a complete disaster of a stat line for DeAndre Hunter, just not the efficiency that we've been used to. One more game to get to because Charlotte and the Laker game was postponed tonight due to the fires out there in California. And we're thinking about you, sending you a bunch of love. Everybody out there dealing with that. And before we get to our last game, have you downloaded the SportsEthos app yet? Please do it. It is free. It keeps you updated with all the key news impacting your fantasy NBA teams. Plus, it offers individual feeds for MLB and NFL, along with free tools to help you dominate fantasy basketball. Download it now from your favorite app store. Miami and Utah here tonight, Doc. And
our guys went off. Go. Sorry.
What did you say? Goran Dragic?
I said our guys went off.
Jaime
Hawkins.
27 and 7.
You in a little Nikola Jovic?
Jovic. Yeah. We've been preaching about these dudes all week. Have you picked them up yet, folks? Jaime Hawkins terrific tonight. He actually hit some 3 balls tonight. He had 3 of them. He's not usually a 3-baller like that. And Jovic went 11, 6, and 5 with a block and 2 threes. Those are my boys, man. And another win, by the way, for the Heat.
Go Heat. I'm a Heat fan now. We got Jaime Hawkins involved. We got Nikola Jovic involved. I'm in. We got Jimmy Butler in San Quentin. Where do they send people in stripes? They send them to
Leavenworth.
Where?
It was Leavenworth, I think. I don't know what that is. Is that a U.S. Army prison or something? I don't know, but I think it was Leavenworth.
But they send people to Nova Scotia or you're gonna go work in Siberia. I don't want to go to Nova Scotia.
Siberia,
bro.
Or Siberia. Or Iceland.
Jimmy's in Siberia, and now Jaime Hawkins. We said go get him and ride him, and he's been awesome. 27-7, 2 steals, 3 triples, 7 of 11 shots, and he played 1 minute less than Tyler the Hero. So, man, he's been awesome. And if he does this the rest of the way, I'm going to just go out on a limb and say you and I were on that before most other people.
We know what's up. That's why the people are here, man. Fantasy NBA Today with Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander here on Ethos After Dark. On the Utah side, Doc, because Hero and Bam Adebayo had terrific lines. They're always going to have terrific lines. It is what it is. But Markkanen played well. My boy Kessler, 9 and 15 with 2 blocks. I like that. Sexton had 23. The rest of the box score for Utah is a bucket of vomit.
It's gross.
Ugh, absolutely grotesque. I have nothing else to say on this, Doc. There is nothing actionable from this box score for Utah at all. I don't like that Svi Mikhailov's not playing at all. I'm kidding. I don't care about Svi Mikhailuk. It's just a gross, hideous box score. I got nothing for you on it.
I know we're up against the wall on time, but I think this is important. So you and I both are like, Utah's shutting it down. They're going to tank. What do you do? Like, what is going to happen there if Laurie Markkinen and Colin Sexton are not playing for them? Because there's literally nothing else in that box score. So what happens next?
Bryce Sensabaugh could be a league winner down the stretch. He absolutely could. I'm telling you right now, Svi Mikhailuk is going to be a game winner in the playoffs. He's going to be a difference maker in the playoffs.
Micah Potter.
Because think of, like, Patty Mills played tonight. Patty Mills is not going to be playing in March and April when they're tanking. He's not. He's going to be waving a towel and trying to be a pro and get another gig for next year. That's when a young guy like Bryce Sensabaugh is going to be out there jacking up terrible shots, shooting 40%, but scoring around 20 points every game. I'm looking at Bryce Sensabaugh, Doc. I think he's going to be a primetime beneficiary of all that.
I'm gonna rank them: Bryce Sensabaugh, Johnny Juzang, my boy, and Micah Potter. Those are going to be the silly season heroes when you don't recognize any other names in Utah's lineup.
I can't vehemently disagree. You might be right, but none of those three guys do anything for me.
I'm not saying go pick them up right now.
Yeah,
but
we shall see.
You talk about a disgusting box score. That Jazz box score is,
Ugh.
It's so gross.
Can you imagine if you were a season ticket holder in Salt Lake City right now? Like, you're going, but you're like, my team sucks. I'm not even excited about the game.
I'd be there like I was an Archie Manning fan sitting in the Saints stands with a friggin' paper bag over my head with 2 eyeballs cut out of it and a bunch of crap written on it. That's how I'd be going to the games.
By the way, the best quarterback in college football doesn't even start. His name is Arch Manning. He is the best quarterback in college football right now. Even better than Shador, even better than Cam Ward, even better than Milroe. Even better than Quinn Ewers. He is a freaking stud, dude. Have you seen Arch Manning's?
I wonder why that is.
Well, the genes obviously.
Learned that from.
But he's Cooper's son. He's not even Eli or Peyton's son. He's Cooper's son. But he's got the genes.
Sons. He's watched them all throw a football his whole life.
Bro, have you seen Arch Manning? Have you seen the release for Arch Manning? Boom. Bro, it's Dan Marino-esque. It's like, boosh. It's all like this quick trigger thing. There's no wasted motion. There's no like big wind up to it. The guy is going to take over next year.
He is.
Anyway, we're out of time. We're pretty psyched about college football too. Dude, huge game on Friday night. We won't be on the air, but Ohio State and freaking Texas are balling in the other semifinal. I can't wait for that game, dude.
Who you got there? Who you got?
God, I don't know, because both of these coaches need a freaking win in a game like this so bad.
Do we know what the line is?
I want Sark. I don't know who's going to win, Doc. I'm going for Sark in Texas tomorrow night.
Do you know what the line is? Can you give me a line?
I'll give you a line. I'll give you a damn line. I'll give it to you right now. I actually don't know what it is. And we'll do it live, Bill O'Reilly style. Ohio State is laying 6, and I will take the Longhorns plus the 6.
Oh, man, Texas. Didn't Georgia beat them twice? Just saying.
Yeah, but Georgia had Carson Beck. You can't. That's not. That's an okay loss.
Going to like Miami or something? Is he going to somewhere else? I heard.
What are you talking about? I don't know. I've been in basketball mode.
I heard.
Other than watching Notre Dame and Penn State.
Heard he's rolling out, bro.
All right, dude.
Which is fine because we got our boy from Habersham County. Let's go. I'm going. Oh man, I think I'm going to Ohio State. I'm going Buckeyes. They're hot, dude. They're rolling people.
I don't like the Buckeyes. This is a heart not head call by me. This is a heart not head call. I just don't like Ohio State, and I like rolling. Sark. And go ahead.
Ohio State's rolling, dude. They're killing people.
I get it. I got a soft spot in my heart for Austin. When you get off the plane in Austin, There's a plaque that says "Welcome to the live music capital of the world,"
South
and I'm
by
like,
Southwest, baby.
that's my hood, bro. I love Austin's. I got the horns, dude. I got the horns.
I got the Buckeyes.
All
Good
right,
luck
man.
to all of you.
Yes.
Andre's
all right,
like, what are these guys doing right now?
they know. He knows what's up. He knows more about American pop culture than you and I do. Okay, and he's over there in Latvia right now. He knows everything that's going on.
He knows more about the English language than we do. I don't think he cares at all about Texas, Ohio State. But what do I know? I could be wrong.
Hey, dude. Put the galoshes onto the snowshoes so you don't slip all over your driveway, all right, with that snowstorm. And holler at your boy DeAndre Ayton and let him know what the real pros do.
Do you know how I get up my driveway? DeAndre Ayton, you son of a biscuit. I put on my golf spikes and start walking up to my car, which is a quarter of a mile away, up the hill. And that's how I get out of my neighborhood. You got to put some effort into it, bro.
You do.
And guess how much I get paid to do that? $0. None. Guess what, Mr. Max Contract? I'm a max player, and that's what I am. Guess how much he gets to walk up his freaking driveway to get to the game? Oh, like, I don't know, $850,000 probably? Give me a break.
And he gets that whether he shows up to the arena or not.
Put him on the bench. Let our boy Donovan Clingan play, son. Let him in. Rick,
well,
can you
all
wrap
right,
this
ladies
up?
and gentlemen, we are out of here,
up?
man. For Steve Alexander, for Andre Lemouche, I am Rick Kamla. Thank you for tuning into this episode, folks. And we just want you guys to know we appreciate you. Give us a follow. Give the podcast Fantasy NBA Today a 5-star review. Download the SportsEthos app. Do all that stuff, okay? It helps us out a lot. So we are out. Me and Doc will be back here on Monday night. And we'll be previewing and just taking you through Monday through Thursday in the NBA, as only we do. The best coverage, as you know, from a fantasy perspective on planet Earth. This show right here, this little ditty that we just hummed for you, has been brought to you by Bet Online. Have a great weekend, everybody.